everything I have going on to just tell everyone I appreciate the love and the support that everybody's showing me. It's a lot of things that people don't know or see that are going on in the background, and I know a lot of what I might be doing or have going on might seem impossible, but it's not. And I just wanted to say it's not. I'm not on some like God mission and some crazy person. It's like this is something that's from my heart, but that's that. What I'm going to talk about right now is me personally. I have just, it's not even a realization. It's what I've always known, that you know things and you just come to a point of having to accept them. And what I've come to know and grow and learn, over the past few months and stuff, is that this life isn't hard if you live it. If you try to work it, it's going to be hard. But if you live, it's going to be easy. But also your foundation and your faith, all of that is just so heavily important. I don't really care who you pray to, as long as you have faith and you have some leadership and some guidance. you know I mean, whatever works for you works for you. My thing isn't going to work for you, your thing isn't going to work for me. A lot of people don't have the courage to get up and get on the video and talk about life and what they do and be real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff is pre-manufactured. They're reading off scripts, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell when it's being real. But for me, what I've realized is, if I don't fully deal with and process all of my past trauma, I'm not going to be able to proceed forward in the next phase and step of my life. And I mean, and this is for anyone. You carrying around this weight and this burden from forever that you haven't dealt with the process. That's the reason why you keep being reset and you keep going through the nonsense, and you can't get past or over that hump mentally, emotionally, whatever it is that's blocking you, because you have not processed that. There's a lot of people just accepting things as the way they are, and you don't have to do that. You can process that information. You can get clarity on your life and be who you want to be. You just have to do it on your own. Like I said, I'm just a regular person, trying to do impossible things that other people can't see, and it's and it doesn't bother me. Like, it's just, and just like what you have going on in your life and how everything goes for you, it shouldn't bother you. It just shouldn't. It shouldn't bother you. You should just live your life for you. You should just believe in what you believe in. But everyone is out here. A lot of people, I'm in Ohio. Yeah, a lot of people don't really realize that they really don't know who they are. And you can't fully know who you are if you've been living your life based on things that society have placed in front of you that really don't belong to you. Like, I just give you an example. Like, for me, for instance, I came to some like divine realization today that, Devin, hi. I came to some divine revelation today that all I needed to do was open my eyes and listen to the things that were going on and see the things that were going on around me. There's too much, if it's not God or faith or whatever it is, divine timing is real, because I didn't have the courage to get on the video and speak, just speak from the heart and stuff. I was always, I don't even know what it was, but it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't, I just didn't, it didn't feel like it came really from the heart. It just felt like, well, this is the message I had to say. And what I'm trying to tell people right now is, listen, do you. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Everyone in this world that's had something big or something going on or something they needed to do, I'm just letting you know, there was a lot of people that didn't believe in you. There was so many people that did not believe in them. And just think about it. If all of these great people before us had just stopped whatever they were doing and decided, hey, you know what? So because people don't believe in me, I don't want to do this anymore. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you have to believe in yourself more than anyone else on earth. Because remember, it starts inside of you first. Like, if you don't truly believe it, then it's not something that you should be doing. So that leads to me on the personal side. All I would say is that we try to be mindful of, you know, the role and the weight that you might be trying to carry, you know, because a lot of times you don't have to do this alone. You know, you don't. And I've learned like I said, over the course of really the last year or so, is that, you know, sometimes you can be carrying a burden that wasn't there just for you. You know, you've seen all of the signs, and where you could have accepted help and all these different things, and you said no, and you said no, and you said no. But you're not progressing your mission, but you're growing as a person. So it's really all about balance. And for me today, on the personal side, my balance and my clarity is going to come from me trying to get some closure over the murder of my father. You know, I'm 47 years old now, and you know, like I said, the you know, my father's passing was something that was untimely, and at 5 years old, you can't process anything like that unless you have a support system. And I can say for sure, you know, at 5 years old, when my father was murdered, I did not have a support system at all. And as I got older, I've come to realize that, you know, I don't know if people were trying to shield me from that pain or whatever it was, but it didn't help. It only hurt the situation, you know, because I grow up to become a man that did not have a man in his life, but was forced into a man's role as a child, and with no guidance or leadership. So I was kind of going to fail at any point. So I just look at it like, we have to go through these things, but there were times and instances where other people didn't step in and follow what they were supposed to do, and that continued this vicious cycle of, you know, people that aren't healed and people that are damaged and people that grew up in these situations and stuff. And that's real. Like, that's what's going on with each and every one of us on a daily basis. I'm taking steps today personally to seek out my own closure, you know, on this other side, you know, because what I've realized is, as much as you try to run from things and put your energy into your life's mission or your projects and stuff, like, you really have to be like 1000% like you just have to be really on your game, and know that at the end of the day, you have to take care of you first. You know what I'm saying? Like, your work is your work and stuff, like, but people have to understand, on top of this, like, for as smart and as brilliant as certain people are, these people still have stresses in life. You know, these people still have this, like, you know, and you have a lot of people say, well, how are you so stressed out? You know, how are these people stressed, and how are you stressed? And, you know, these people got money and they rich and all this stuff. And I'm like, you're not understanding, you know, really what's going on, because the higher you go, you know, the more problems come to you. You know, the more you try to elevate, and the bigger, you know, the bigger your plate gets, and the heavier that load that is to carry, you know, you start to break, and you start to bend, and you start to fold. So it's like, you always say you got to remain solid, and that's the foundational part of life. Just having people that are there with you from the beginning, having people that are there for you for the right reasons and good intentions, having people that are building and want to bring things to what you carry. Because at the end of the day, what you really have to realize is not everybody really, not in no one's going to believe in you and what you're doing like you. So you have to continue to move forward and just know that, hey, I have faith. And if you have a guidance system, for me, God guides me. He tells me, where I need to be now. He always has, but I guess I'm at a point in my life where it's a little bit clearer for me to hear him, because I've come to peace and terms, and I process, and I dealt with so many different things that I'm on my last step. That's where I am. I'm on my last step. And that last step for me is this closure piece with my father, because I get tired of sitting up at night watching the first 48 and stuff, and knowing that I'm one of those kids of the person that got killed and stuff. And that kid's going to grow up and is going to have a terrible life, and what I'm saying, and it's all because of this one event. And it could all went different if people had just gave you information, or provided you with information, or asked if it's anything you want to know. So at the core of it all, yes, I'm a thriving information seeker. I always want to know what I want to know, and I want to know more, and I want to know why that's that. And but I know that the path that I'm on right now is a hard road. It's a hard road to travel, and I don't have to carry this load on my own. And I've made changes to allow people to be in my life and to help me get through my last hurdle and stuff, because there's always, how they say, it's multiple versions of you. It's the home you, and then work you, and then this you. And I'm like, that sounds ridiculous. It's just you. It's just you. You just, your response system is just different in different situations. There's no multiple yous. It's just you. I used to say I'm a chameleon, and I'm like, nah, think about it, I'm like, that's so stupid. Like, I'm just me. You're just you. We all just trying to win. We all just trying to thrive. And it's like, I think that's why I know I have my purpose, and my path is different. I know that what I'm doing and what I have going on, and the direction that I'm headed in is the right one. Like, I know, because it's all I can think about. It's all I, what I'm saying? Like, it consumes me, So, like, when you find your purpose, your real purpose in life, it's always been there the whole time. Because everything it's just so real. Everything that I'm trying to do and create right now is a culmination of all of the skills and the experiences and the things that I've done and went through in my life and overcome and failed at, and all of it. It's all things that I am now incorporating into my journey and my mission. And the selfless part about it for me, which is probably the best part, is like, I'm doing something. I feel good about what I'm doing because I know what I'm doing is life-changing, impactful. It's just so dope. Like, it's so dope to find your purpose and stuff. But I appreciate the having an outlet. You know, this is just therapy for me. And if anybody needs this and this helped you, that's all I was here for. That's all this is. You know, you follow what you're supposed to follow, that'll lead you to where you need to be, and you'll be who you're supposed to be. Take that. Thank you.